Hi, I'm Nitin Sukhija. Welcome to IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live conversation portal. I have been waiting for it for last 3 years. This was supposed to come out last December. Still did not. Ladies and gentlemen, good times are back. Kochadian is releasing on 9th of May. Rajini is back. Thalaiva is back. Take a look.
There are heroes, there are superheroes, but there is only one, Thalaiva. Yes, Rajnikant is back with the Tamil period drama Kochariyan.
இந்த கோச்சரியாந்த நாட்டையும் மக்களையும் காக்க பிறந்தவன்.
The trailer went viral when it was released last September. This gives an inkling of the frenzy that is about to happen on the first show on the 9th of May. Ashwin has directed the film, which also boasts of big names like Deepika Padukone, Jackie Shroff, Sharat Kumar, Shobhana, Adi Pinisetti and Nasar in important roles. Besides Tamil, the film is set to release simultaneously in Hindi, Telugu, Japanese, Bhojpuri, Bengali, Marathi, Punjabi and English. Will the use of performance capture technology leave hardcore Rajini fans satisfied and start a trend? Or would they want to see more of the real star on the silver screen?
Hi, we're talking about Rajini Khan's return to the big screen. Seba?
Yeah.
Rajini is back.
Rajini is back.
But is this the real
back
Rajini?
With a bang. Oh, I mean, it's almost real Rajini. It's his computer graphics double, as I may say it. But it's a new avatar. Even Bhagwan has dash avatars. So Rajini is coming back with one robot avatar, and now it's his own CG double. So I think it will be a treat to the eyes, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, in conversation with Seba, a film blogger on Rajini Khan's return. You can join the conversation by logging on to IndiaPostLive.com, or you can tweet us at IndiaPostLive or hashtag IndiaPostLive. So you're saying they're almost like Rajini-like thing, but it's not Rajini.
Yeah, because if you look at it, the film, the character, the character has been made on not just Rajinikanth. It's made on the superstar image of it. Actually, all the past Rajinikanth characters, the last four or five characters, the super hit characters, have been built on the superstar image of the Rajinikanth. Okay, now, so I mean, you need to think. Why would someone think about making such a huge big budget movie on such a star? He's such a huge bankable star. They could think of a complete CG parallel of Rajinikanth, and to fit the character, the character looks 25 years younger than the original Rajinikanth that they have told in an interview. So, oh yes, I mean it's a huge thing, and I would say though it's a CG double, it's captured in motion capture and voices of Rajinikanth. So why not? Yes.
No, it's called. There was a motion capture and performance capture. That's what Saundarya says.
What? Sorry.
Performance capture.
I mean both performance capture, motion capture. Yeah, exactly. The same technology that movies like Avatar or the John Carter they have used. Yeah.
But the wait, 3 years of wait, worth it?
No, probably that is not due to the technology as much as it is with the storyline and all that, because I have been reading reports about these movies like Rana, Sultan, and then this one came up. Now the writer, the director Ravi Kumar, who has came up in the open, and he said that Kochariyan doesn't have any relation to Rana or anything like that. But it's been in the making, and though it was a very complicated process, probably that was the main reason why it took some time, because the filming has happened mostly. The motion capture studio sets were mostly these were captured in London and outside. So whether in the normal Hindi or Tamil or other South Indian movies, what we see, the foreign locations are shot. They wouldn't in most of the cases they are not for the whole movie. But here the full motion capture shooting was done outside. And it's a huge animation work. There was a huge team. The collaboration was so huge. So it would take time. I mean, there is no doubt. There is no surprise in that.
The first time you've had 48 cam setup movie in India. First time a motion capture movie at such a big scale in India.
Yeah.
Please join the conversation by logging on to IndiaPostLive.com or tweeting us at IndiaPostLive or hashtag IndiaPostLive. Because if Rajini can't, nobody can. Joining me on Hangout is Rekha Menon. Rekha is a media professional and anchor. Hi Rekha, can you hear us?
Yes. Of course, because the audio is little smudged. It's not audible rightly.
It's not audible. Can you make sense of what I'm saying right now?
Yes, I can now.
Yes, you can. So what's your take, Rekha? Rajini is back with a bang?
Of course, yes. Whatever said is Rajini, people in South. I'm against him calling a South superstar because whatever he has done, he has created this. He's a Superman next door kind of an image for all of us.
Yeah,
And
he's an Indian superstar. He's a Japanese superstar. He's the international superstar.
exactly. So I think Kocharian, the kind of, I think after Endran, he has done the previous film. He was doing a mass kind of commercial entertainer with having certain section of, his entry song and this and that and two heroines and all kinds of the typical masala films. After that, he has taken something, I think Indran, which was done, the Robo, which is done in Hindi by director Shankar. I think Shankar has given him a fabulous kind of a kind of a real. I think when you look at that film, going back to Indran, there was no introduction song. He just is like a computer scientist coming up and just an introduction for a common man. That kind of he went ahead. I think rather than going working towards against the tides, he just did this film. It was a massive hit. It was a massive hit. This film was. And I think Kocharian has, and after that, what will he do? Because the masala entertainment is done by the other people. So I think Kocharian has two, reactions to it. One reaction is, yes, of course, it's Rajni, it's motion capture, this, and coming back again to animation. People, one section definitely love to see what Rajni is going to do. The second section of people, which is a mass, which I could say, apparently there's a conversation with my driver today, and I was asking him, hey, do you want to watch Kocharian? He said, yes, I'll definitely watch, but it's a bomma padam. Bomma in Tamil, basically animation padam, animation film. So there is some kind of skepticism there, but I think I'm sure people will go and watch to find out what exactly is it.
Yeah, I would want real Rajini. I wouldn't want an animation there. Okay, now we have somebody with us who has stood up to Rajinikanth. So, we have Jackie Shroff, who played a villain in this film. Jackie is the original Bidu of Hindi film industry. Jackie Shroff is joining us. Jackie, Dada, when you were offered this film, what was your reaction?
For me, it's first of all working with Rajnikant sir again, a man who's on that level. That working with Rajni is definitely something which I was always looking forward to after Uttar Dakshin. That was a film where he played my brother. When he called me to play the bad guy in the film, my reaction was that I'm going to be immortalized. The first film which is shot in 48 camera setup. I mean, that kind of thing, it's for Indian film industry, it's a kind of revolution. Because he has a person in there who is not alive anymore, marhum actor. With this kind of setup, I think if he can, I mean, if the trend sets, even after we go away, we'll be alive.
I love your bandana though. Tell me, how did it feel to share screen space with him? Working with Rajnikant itself is a great thing, isn't it?
When we meet, we are thick buddies. When we don't meet, we're still thick buddies. We don't have to say hi, hello, namaskar, kasai, vanakkam, all those things. We love each other. We have a respect for each other in our hearts. हमारे दिल में एक दूसरे के लिए बहुत प्यार है और वो हमेशा रहेगा. तो जरूरी नहीं मिलना, मगर जब मिले तो उतना ही प्यार है जब छोड़े थे. He was a person who had come for my wedding also.
You and him both are known for their styles. Rajnikant is known world over for his style. Were you impressed by his style? Were you also a fan of his style? The way he smokes and all?
My wife is definitely a big fan of his. And Rajni Garu I always liked. I like to see a few films, but Rajni Garu's film I don't miss.
Seba?
Yeah.
Jackie Shroff against Rajnikant.
Yeah.
Saundarya Rajnikant making the film
Oh yeah.
for
Oh,
3 years.
it's going to be a huge extravaganza. But there has been reports. I mean, when you mentioned Rajnikant's style and Of course, we need to remember that these style elements are one major key factor that what Rajini is today behind. Okay, so there has been reports in the media that the hardcore Rajini fans are not very impressed by the trailers what they have seen because they said that the typical Rajinikanth styles are missing in this movie. So it actually it spread out on the media, on the social media. And the writer of the movie, Ravi Kumar, he had to come out and he had to say, okay, I mean, people should consider this as an animation movie and not as another Rajinikanth movie. So I think it's a huge leap. It's a huge leap, and it's time for Rajinikanth fans also to learn or to change. The way they perceive Rajinikanth
in person or in animation is Rajinikanth.
Okay.
Joining us now on Skype is Bala Subramaniam. He is the author of two books on Rajinikanth, Rajini's Panchatantra and Good Grand Brand Rajini. Hi sir, how are you?
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Yeah. So we were talking about Kochadian, and Seba was just saying that the people are not very happy because it's an animated Rajinikanth. It's not real life superhero Rajinikanth.
No, those typical style elements are missing with those cigarette or the revolver.
Yeah, Kochadian can't smoke, can't fly the cigarette up.
So there has been reports in media. Yeah. So.
I slightly beg to differ here.
Okay.
Rajinikanth and cigarette style is passe. I mean, of late he has not been showing such styles in cinema. Rajinikanth has a legacy of amazing acting skills, well acted movies and so on. And Kochadian, if you see, I think Rajini's movie is getting released after 4 years, as somebody rightly spoke about it, after 4 years. So for the fans of Rajinikanth, for the admirers of Rajinikanth, to see him on screen, whether it is animated Rajini or non-animated Rajini, the skin and blood Rajini, makes some difference, but not the huge difference. So they like to see him on screen. And it is in a way a resurrection of Rajinikanth. This is not the first time that is happening to him. 1979 he came back, with the movie called Dharma Yuddham, where the entire industry wrote him off. They started writing his obituary. In fact, he was sick for a while, and then he came back very powerfully with Dharma Yuddham. 2002 Baba debacle, they wrote him off, but then again he came back very powerfully with this next movie. So this is the third resurrection for the grand brand Rajini, and I'm sure he's going to add new set of fans in this movie. People who have not seen him for the last 30, 40 years on screen, some of the Generation Y people, for them animated, non-animated doesn't make a big difference. So they are going to see Rajini in a different avatar, and I'm sure he's going to add a few new set of audience. Of course, some of the old-timers, some of the core fans of Rajini may feel disappointed if they don't see Rajiniism in this movie. But having said that, I have a lot of confidence in the production team. His own daughter has directed this movie. I'm sure they must have considered all of this while making this.
Okay,
So
I have to ask you
a new novel attempt, and I think we should give regard to this new attempt.
Yeah, but I have to ask you, what does Kochadian mean?
Kochadian is a person with, I think, long hair, something like Lord Shiva, if you take the god with the long hair. And somehow Rajini has an affinity great affinity, I think, towards Lord Shiva. Because if you see some of his earlier titles also, Annamalai was a huge success. Arunachalam was also a moderate success. And now you have Kochadian coming in.
And you have Rudra.
The next movie is also titled Linga.
Yeah.
So there's a Rudra Tandavam also in this?
Sorry?
Rudra Tandav in this? There's a dance of Shiva's dance in this film?
There is a Rudra Tandavam in this movie, as I watched the trailer, which could be a real excitement to his audience.
Watch. Right, Seba, so, he says, live or animation, Rajinikanth is Rajinikanth.
Yeah, Rajinikanth is Rajinikanth. I mean, see, just because he is Rajinikanth, a movie like this proportion is being made on him. I mean, name any other superstar whose CG animated double. Do you think these are going to be bankable? I mean, I can't think of anyone. It's only Rajinikanth on whom you can plan such a movie in such a large scale, right?
I've just got a tweet from Ankit. Says Rajinikanth is not just Tamil superstar.
Yeah,
he's a national icon.
He's a national.
He is the Sir Rajini of Indian film industry.
And after the release of this film, I'm very sure that people will be, this film will be as successful beyond the boundaries of Tamil Nadu or the southern part of India as it's there. So
People, if Rajini can't, nobody can, but you can join the conversation by logging on to indiapostlive.com or by tweeting us at indiapostlive or hashtag indiapostlive. I have Vidya Shankar, a big Rajinikanth fan with me. Vidya, how big a fan are you of Rajinikanth?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me here. Well, I mean, if you're a fan who's been following Rajnikant over the last 25, 30 years or so, I think this is fantastic, a natural extension of who Rajni is because the kind of caper flicks it's come out with, and it's almost fantasy, right? So animation lends itself naturally to that kind of a fantasy movie as such, okay? But the key is that, look, it's a great idea, and given the fan following Rajni's got across the world, I mean, it's nobody needs to tell us that today that he's a big fan in Japan. So where animation is big as well, okay? But the fact is that the quality of animation is what we're talking about. I mean, it seems like a great attempt, okay? But if you were to benchmark against movies that Indian audience or a world audience are used to, whether it's Up or Frozen or Despicable Me, any of those movies, my question is, does it stand up to the quality of what Pixar Studios is? We don't have to apologetic about the kind of skills that we have or the technology that we have. For Rajnikant, you
No, no,
need
we're not being apologetic about anything. No. Why should we be apologetic about it?
exactly. But the fact is that does it stand up to the quality of these movies that visual effects movies that we're used to? That's my question. I mean, I saw the trailer. Uh, I would say I wasn't so impressed, but I was impressed with the idea. I would definitely go and watch it because it's Rajini. But I would like to be proven wrong. Yeah.
going by the standards of Indian animation, I believe this is a fairly good animation that has happened. But still, taking a cue from what he said, see the biggest difference it makes. I mean, the biggest difference between the kind of animation that we have seen in Avatar, or Frozen, and in this animation is the retina movement in the eyes that looks very unreal. That looks unnatural. you know so we need to remember one thing, that Avatar, the director James Cameron waited to make Avatar for such a long time.
Yeah.
Because the technology was not so advanced as to make the eye movement and the in the retina movements look natural. So this is one thing that I think they should have paid more attention to. But
Now we'll go back to Jackie Shroff, who's acted in the
Okay,
film as the
okay.
villain against Rajnikant. Jackie da, tell us about your role in the film. What are you doing?
I'm playing a king in a palace where, as a kid, I had seen him. Whether I'm supposed to say it or not, I have no idea. But when he was a guy who I noticed has got such a lot of skill that I wanted him to come into my folds, in my kingdom. And then what happens and things like that.
Could you also tell us about the animation? I mean, this must have been first time you were doing animation film. Were you excited about it?
That's what I said. I'm going to be immortalized. And I'm happy to be part of a new next-gen style of filmmaking. Always good to be a pioneer. Always good to be associated with films which is going to take 2 steps forward. A lot of question has come in your hand.
What was your experience with this motion capture style of shooting? This setup shooting?
Oh, excellent. There were nodes on my hand, on my elbow, on my shoulder. All my joints had little nodes. And that was being captured by the 48 camera setup. I had a camera which was looking at me all throughout, wherever I looked. That was one of the cameras which captured me. These kind of things I've never done in 180 films that I've done so far, maybe 200 films. ऐसा पहली बार हुआ और बड़ा अच्छा लगा ऐसे पिक्चर में काम करने के लिए. अब मैं देखूंगा कि क्या रिजल्ट और मैं क्या दिखता हूँ और हो सकता है इस किस्म की फिल्में बहुत सारी बनेगी और खुशी होती है कि ये this experience has come to me. It's never too late. I mean, I've been lucky to be casted in the film like this, where I'll definitely be spoken about in future.
Yeah, he was saying there's a camera on his head here and he was doing this. all the time. And he's never done this. So this must be a good experience for the actors for the first time. You know,
Definitely, definitely. In India, I mean, not many films have been made, using this technology. But I also have a question in my mind. Going ahead, if this film is successful,
Yeah.
would we see younger Rajinikanth in the next films that he make?
Let's ask Bala sir this. Yeah.
Using this technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So do we have Bala Subramaniam with us on Google Hangout? No, I think we've lost him there.
Okay.
But
But it's highly possible the way the technology is advancing. The kind of animations that we have watched in Avatar and in the movies. It's very easy. Or I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's possible to emulate and living person through the animated double of it.
That's a fantastic point
Yeah.
you raised, sir. Bala sir, do we see a younger Rajinikanth now in if this trend continues in the next film?
I doubt. See, we cannot say like that. Maybe this will be a benchmark for others to follow, and you can expect something different from Rajini henceforth. This movie, Rajini is immortalized. That is something very, very amazing for his fans. But I don't think he's going to follow the same thing over and over again, because this is purely what you call a back-end movie, so as to say. So much for the technical staff to work on, rather than more for the actors to perform. So I think he will take a completely different route, and he's already launched this next movie. I mean, people are very excited about it. But Kocharian is an excitement because even the most respected Mr. Bachchan has also clearly mentioned that henceforth movies will be discussed as pre-Kocharian era and post-Kocharian.
Yeah.
So there is expectation from all corners, and we have to watch. And it's great that Jackie Shroff is also sharing screen with Rajini. I think he's doing this after his movie, Hindi movie Uttar Dakshin, if I'm right, many years back.
Yeah.
So a lot of excitement here. Great many actors are performing in this. I think we should enjoy this. We should definitely enjoy this. Although it's going to be a lot newer to us and may not be comparable with Avatar. That is all right. That is all right.
Rekha, what do you say? You want to see a younger Rajini?
Sorry?
No, I'm just talking. Rekha is with me right now. Yeah, Rekha.
Yes. See, a person who, Rajnikant, in his real life, he's the only superstar in India who just walks out as he is, without any makeup, without any hairdo. He doesn't do anything like that. He doesn't do the Botox. And so he is himself is not bothered about so I think the fans also, or even the spectators also are aware that he's 60 or 65. I do not know the right age. But movie is a 3-hour entertainment. Young, old, bald, everything matters. But at the end of the day, the paisa vasool, that one matters. And with Rajini, it's a mass entertainer. And as Mr. Bala said, even now the media has already written 127 articles on Kocharian when I was looking at his Wikipedia. And now it started already talking about Linga, the shooting location and kind of. So Rajini is a phenomenon for India, and so I think that will go on.
Yeah, more than 100 articles on Kocharian.
Yeah, taking a cue from what she said is that it's very important that it would also it also points out to the fact that Rajini fans, they are actually very mature audience because they walk to the theaters to catch up with the Rajini image, not the actual person.
Yeah, and then
not
they
the
can
actual
differentiate
person.
between it.
So
they
can differentiate between the actual person, actual star, and his star image.
Right.
So that was exactly what I was telling you in the beginning, that more and more such films which the films that are made on Rajini are banking more on the Rajinikanth image, and that Rajinikanth image is not just the actor. That Rajinikanth image is the Rajinikanth himself, all his style elements, or all the jokes that surround the world.
Yeah.
That we know about him, which takes him above the god. In fact, I already have a joke about Rajini here.
Tell me.
Yeah, this reads as mother of all Rajini jokes. So एक बार भगवान और रजनीकांत की लड़ाई हुई रिजल्ट आज भगवान ऊपर है.
Fantastic. Rekha, the gods fought Rajnikant once, and the god is in the sky. Yeah, you want to say something? You wanted to say something, Rekha?
Yeah. I'm saying that why fans are so excited, or the people are excited, because we only keep seeing Rajini once in 3 years. He doesn't go for any award functions. He is just recluse. He just vanishes once the movie is released. He doesn't give any interviews, no promotion. And he doesn't even, at least only he comes for the Tamil film, some kind of an events, basically for Kamala Hassan's 50th birthday he came in. So we are, in more of, we had to read to see him more. And that is why I think any movie of Rajnikant becomes a super phenomenon success because of this.
Okay, tell us your favorite Rajni joke quickly.
I don't want to give him a joke because people take always a mockery on him. Yeah, come on.
No, it's not
He is,
mockery.
It's not mockery.
It's him
Yeah.
being Superman. It's
Yeah.
him being Superman there. Okay, Bala sir, coming back to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's a problem with the. Yeah,
I'm able to see.
yeah, I think we've got it. So Bala sir, coming back to you. As Rekha said, such a humble man. He knows. He keeps his screen image separate from his real image. He walks out in white shirt and lungi, mundu, with his unshaven, with bald head, and he's not. And he lives as a man. He runs off to Himalayas. I've heard. How true is that?
No, it is. He is able to clearly differentiate between Rajini the actor and Rajini the person. I mean, he's too good in this, and he has made his life comfortable. Hence, that's what I see in him. He's made his life very, very comfortable, and hence he's at ease. Otherwise, imagine for the stardom that he is in, he has to always portray himself totally differently. And the beauty is, people also look at Rajinikanth as an actor differently on screen, and as a person, completely have a different view on him. And that is the kind of emotional connect Rajini has brought with his audience, which is a key success tool for him, I would say that. And as Rekha rightly pointed out, only once in 3 years, 4 years, people see him on screen. Being the biggest brand in the Indian celluloid, he doesn't endorse any brand. I mean, that's Rajini for us.
Yeah. Right. Thanks. Vidya, just getting you back in the conversation. Tell us, what do you think? How big is going to be Kochadian? How big is this film going to be?
Sorry?
I said, how big do you think this film is going to be?
Well, I hope it really, really is a big hit because as a Rajini fan, I really want this film to do well, not just in India, everywhere else. And I think this would set in some sense, as a precedence for a larger audience to know who Rajnikant is and his own personal story, and which I think people need to know as well because it's truly a rags to riches story. And like Bala and Rekha mentioned, and as it's been chronicled for a very long time, his humility and his ability to sort of differentiate his on-screen persona, the actor and the superstar that he is, and the human being is, I think it's a fantastic for the world to know. I think for that sake, I hope this movie reaches a wider audience, and that's what I want. Yeah.
I'm sure it will. Seba,
Yeah.
final word from you.
No, I'm sure it's going to set a trend, number one. Number two is that
Saundarya has directed it. His daughter's directed it.
that the whole world knows by now.
Yeah.
And also it not just about setting a trend. It actually I was trying to remember. I can't remember even in the Hollywood if any well-known actor CG double has been made into made into the movies in a lead role. So it's a trendsetter in the whole world that way. Probably, yeah, we have seen the cartoons of Mr. Beans, but that was just a 2D cartoon. But this is a full-scale 3D motion capture animation which is being played into the movies. So seriously, I mean this is going to really set a huge trend.
Yeah, and this is not a cartoon film. This is a serious animation, motion capture animation film. Ladies and gentlemen, keep joining. Before we wrap up, we go back to Jackie Shroff. Jackie da, there's one question that I need to ask you. That now that you're here, we'll also like to know that your son's also being launched. So, what's your take on Tiger's debut?
My son Tiger is this film's releasing on 23rd, and don't have to say much. अपने बच्चे सबको प्यारे होते हैं. सबके बच्चे सबको प्यारे होते हैं. बच्चे होते हैं. क्या बोलूं अपने बच्चे के बारे में, मैं नहीं जानता. आप ही देखकर बोलें तो अच्छा लगेगा. मैं यही कहूँगा कि वो डिसिप्लिन लड़का है, बड़ों की इज्जत करता है और अपने काम पे पूरा ध्यान देता है. ही इज अ स्पोर्ट्समैन. बास्केटबॉल, फुटबॉल बहुत खूबसूरत खेलता है और जिम्नास्टिक्स करता है और फिल्मों में आया है. तो आई एम श्योर दैट ही विल गिव 100% एंड ही विल नॉट चीट हिज क्राफ्ट. अपने क्राफ्ट की इज्जत करें और अपने टेक्नीशियनों की इज्जत करते हैं और लोगों की इज्जत करता है, उतना ही मेरे लिए काफ़ी है.
Thank you, Jackie Shroff, and we wish you all the best for yours and Tiger's debut, your film and Tiger's debut. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Bala sir, Rekha, Vidya Shankar, and Seba. The discussion on the conversation on Rajnikant can continue. And like I said, if Rajnikant, nobody can. Ladies and gentlemen, keep coming to IndiaPostLive.com for all the interesting conversations. For now, thank you so much.